Hello and welcome to another edition of TJ Video Game Reviews. I'm your host, TJ, and today I'm taking a look at Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro the Dragon is a platform game developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. It was released to the Sony PlayStation console in North America on September 9, 1998, and stars a young purple dragon named Spyro, who sets off on an adventure to free his dragon brethren from the evil, nasty Note.
Without further ado, this is Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro starts off with a TV interview in the artisan world when the subject of Nasty Note comes up. One of the adult dragons assures the interviewer that Nasty Note is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom, and is downright ugly. As you can imagine, this causes Nasty Note to attack and enslave all the dragons into crystal statues, leaving it up to Spyro to save the day.
So much for not being a threat.
First of all, how did the dragons get their hands on camera equipment? Secondly, what made them think Nasty Note wouldn't be watching them on TV? And third, if he can do all that, why hasn't he just flat out invaded the Dragon Kingdom yet?
It makes no sense, but I digress. I have a game to review.
First, let's look at the controls. You can control Spyro with either the D-pad or the analog control stick. S allows him to jump while pressing S again will allow him to glide through the air. Circle is his flame attack, Square allows him to charge with his horns, and Triangle allows him to look around the area. L1 and R1 has him roll to the left and right, and R2 and L2 changes the camera around, because for some reason the folks at Insomniac didn't think it'd be wise to have the camera automatically follow behind you.
Thanks, Insomniac. Thanks a lot.
Gameplay-wise, your main objective is to free the dragons from their statues by tons of them, so it's not a very hard spell to break. Recapture the stolen treasure, and save dragon eggs from these annoying little thieves, which leads to the more frustrating part of the game. Come on. Why can't you run any faster? Come on!
Yes! Take that, you stupid blue thief! Ha!
Moving on, Spyro is an open-ended game where you can explore the world at large looking for dragons and treasure. You can enter into portals that lead to different levels, and there's a boss fight and flight stage in each level, allowing Spyro to learn how to fly. Enemies vary depending on which world you're on, and you can move on to the next world in a hot air balloon after you attain a certain goal. Some enemies are so bold they'll actually show you their butt.
Yeah, that was somebody's butt you just saw in an E-rated game. So I guess that makes butts okay?
In the later stages, you find these arrows which allow you to charge up a super charge that make you invincible to anything you come across. You can also find fairies that will power up your flame attack to where you can even destroy solid steel that otherwise would be invulnerable to your flame attack. In some levels, fairies will be circling in the air, allowing you to jump into their embrace and carry you to an area you need to get to. So fairies are always on your side. Let's not forget your dragonfly friend though. It takes 3 hits for Spyro to lose his friend. When you first start the game, his color is gold. 1 hit changes his color to blue, and 2 hits changes his color to green. The third hit will get rid of him altogether, and 1 more hit after that will lead to a game over. To replenish the dragonfly's health, look for certain animals you can burn with your flame attack to release a butterfly. Don't ask me why. That the dragonfly can eat to make him stronger in order to protect Spyro. Simple, right? You have worlds with wizards who show you by changing the landscape, swamps with electrified flows, giant enemies in metal armor, and enemies that are enlarged and shaped by cannon fire. Needless to say, the developers really outdid themselves in creating a good variety of enemies, levels, and worlds to explore, and so you won't get bored fighting people even if the game is too easy at times.
Story-wise, it's basically a bunch of dragons get their butts kicked by one guy and the younger dragon has to free them all. Imagine that.
Yeah, for whatever reason the spell doesn't get to Spyro and he's the only dragon left to save the day. You'd think the other dragons wouldn't like that idea, but they must know by now they don't have a lot of choices. But if Nasty Note could easily defeat all of them with a single spell, what makes them think that a little baby dragon can stop him? Some of the dragons you free offer helpful with fights while others don't, and some really don't. But you can save your progress after each dragon you release from their prison, and they seem to be aware of what's going on around them despite being in that prison. Go figure. Next up are the graphics. They're amazing. For a game that came out in '98 on the Sony PlayStation that has a bad case of polygons looking ugly, this game stands out as probably one of the better PlayStation games that were released in the late '90s. They were great then, and they're great now. The only real complaint I have is the fact you have to constantly strain the camera to see where you're going. Not lining up the camera at the right time while attacking an enemy can really mess you up at times, and it's annoying that they didn't think of keeping the camera behind you regardless of which direction you go in. Despite that, the game is as close to perfect as you can possibly get. If you free all the dragons, collect all the treasure, and save all the dragon eggs, you get a secret ending that shows.
I felt that Nasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again!
I have to free all the dragons again? No, I'm not gonna do it again. You can't make me!
Overall, Spyro is a fun platforming game with plenty of areas to blow, enemies to flame, and fun to be had in the open-ended world that's lighthearted and fun to see. Despite being 23 years old, it still plays and looks amazing. Nothing more to say, but get it.
That's it for this edition of TJ Reviews. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time.